Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's keep up with our analysis of the euro currency. Here you can see everything goes absolutely perfect according with the things that we discussed in the weekly report. So you could actually, based on the recent news, you could see what actually Trump is doing. So he actually deceived investors. So from the point when he started to nightmare market with the tariffs and so on, and everybody just have forgotten about the problems in the economy, what really stand. And he said we will impose big tariffs and will compensate the problems in the economy with the big new inflows, big income. So it actually will let us to cut the rate, cut the tax even. So the tax cutting already was announced, but now he just reversed the tariffs with the China in particular, which makes market happy. But in fact, he just returned back everything that was initially. And it is no big positive news for United States economy. It means that the income that Donald Trump intended to get from the tariffs now are disappeared. And the new budget that they have approved suggests increasing of the spending on the defense, social sphere, so it will be rising of the deficit once again. And when the first euphoria on the market will come down a bit, when the speculators will come down, investors start asking questions. And it's very soon they understand what's really going on. Meantime, you can see that market is coming to the level that we have specified. We said this probably will be the floor for this week. And currently we stand in a very important, not important, but let's call it as a thrilling moment. Because here we have to recall what we talk about on the weekly chart. On the weekly, this area is absolutely perfect to consider long entry. Here's a lot of important things. Oversold 109.84, conference support, break-even of the trend is coming closer. So potentially within the 2 or 3 weeks we also could get the weekly bullish grabber here. But even without the grabber, there is potential area for considering long position. If you remember, on the weekly analysis, we said those who trade on the higher time frames on the weekly have to wait for 1050. Do nothing, wait for 1050. Now, we're coming to this moment. This is important. And here, since this is really big trade, so because it's weekly chart, probably, well, it's up to you, but maybe it makes sense to think about some compromises. Of course, you could wait. You could be really strict in the conditions of the position taken, but sometimes the flexible approach also makes sense. For instance, what I mean, market stands relatively close. It's flirting with this area. Maybe to take some minor part of the position here, just as an accumulation to the nearest to the necessary condition, necessary point. Take the 20% of your trading lot and see what will happen. Further drop, starting flooring with the 1050. Take another 30%, and so on. So within this, if you plan the trade on the long side on the weekly chart, it makes sense to apply some accumulation, gradual entry, because market could spend here this 1-2 weeks around these levels. So this is just general thoughts. Now if you take a look on the particular moments, you can see that on the daily chart market hits oversold, which is also great for considering a long position potentially. But if you trade on the lower time frames on the daily intraday, you have to be more strict to this because it is a bit more responsibility, because you have the tighter stops and in general the shorter term trade. So here what I think, if we take a default time frame chart without a hand shoulders, everything goes great. This is grabbers, worked perfect, taking out these lows as we suggested. OP has been reached with this ABCD pattern, and on Monday we got this one. But later you could see no patterns have been formed. So recall what we said. Once the scrubbers will work, watch for patterns that will show the reaction on the OP. No patterns have been formed. Market just collapsed based on the recent news. Now XOP 10 at the 10 or 9 area, 10-10 area. Here we should recall the same thing what was around this OP. This was contracted OP, this was nominal OP. This one is for closing of the position, this one for entry. And here you have the same story. If I apply as a point this one, where the actually a downward action starts, you could see that XOP mostly is done. 1050 agreement. This is actually agreement, I mean, with the fib levels that we have on the weekly and daily chart. And that is the reason why I tell you that maybe if you trade on the weekly chart, it makes sense to apply some scaling, so taking some part of the position here. Correspondingly, also we need to consider this one, because this target also might be completed for a position taken. So if you would like to follow the strict rules, in this case you will have to place your stop anyway below the XOP, because this potential risk, and you should wait when this potential target will be hit. So if you prefer really perfect entries, then you probably should do nothing and watch when this XOP will be touched. Besides, anyway, you have to wait for a clear bullish reversal patterns before taking position. On hourly chart, for now, I do not see it anything. So yes, we have here there's some kind of the attempt to go higher. It is not really too fast. So we need to see what will happen. But potentially we're around an area where some bullish reaction should happen with a high probability. Potentially within the 1-2 weeks probably, because we are actually trading on the weekly chart right now. So, and it's up to you how you will prepare for this trade, if you in general would like to do this. Either you will be purist, so you'll be watching for the definite points and the perfect conditions entry and so on, or you will apply a flexible approach, so trying to step in on some levels with a 20, 25, 30% lots of your overall trading lot, accumulating the position, and you will get something average around necessary levels. So that in general what we intend to do. But as a bottom line, I would say that that is an area where the market is calling around slightly lower. It's a really great area where we will be definitely watching for bullish trading steps.